Verified. Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Hello, captains. Sorry for the no countdown there, my fellow co-hosts.
I was like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, my bad. That was the oh crap, the video ended and I have to take the stream. Hi everyone and welcome to the live broadcast recording of episode 5. Jeez, I'm so used to, I don't even know what number we're on.
500.
502 of Priority One,
Ooh.
a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. We hope that you all had a good week. Did you guys have a good week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Had an
be
interesting
better.
week.
Interesting
You
week.
did?
Yeah, just a couple of little cases of COVID turning up in Queensland, which led to a lockdown for Brisbane. And that's had some flow-on effects for other regions around the state. So there was an ultra marathon event that I had only been training to do for about 12 months that I was going to do this coming Saturday. That's been cancelled.
Only 12 months.
You do
You've
ultra
Yeah.
marathoning? I have a friend that does that, and I don't know how anybody can do that. That is crazy.
Lots of snacks, lots of water, and just keep going is the answer. Lots of snacks.
Ow.
But yeah, I haven't done one yet. I was about to. So that's been cancelled. So now a mate and I are just going to run a marathon on Saturday instead.
Well, good on
Okay.
you. Good on you, man.
Works.
As you do. Yeah, just sure, run a marathon. Why not? That'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'm glad you and yours are healthy and that it hasn't impacted you. I have
We're
yet
all
to
good.
get my
We're all
vaccine.
safe, healthy, and happy.
I have yet even to get my first one. Although I hear in New Jersey they've allowed for people who work in schools to get it, so at least I should allow me to get on some kind of list, I guess. But anyway, Kat, you have a good week?
Yes, but it'll be better tomorrow when my class is over.
Nice. Well, I wish
can't
you the
wait.
best.
I cannot wait.
That's good. Well, hello everyone in the chat. We got Joye, we got Joey, we got Jason Smith, Jay English, who's stuck doing Gravity Well mission in Star Trek Online.
Oh no.
Good
Joey
luck.
says hi from the USS Endeavour because Joey got himself the Geordie Boff.
Nice.
And,
Awesome.
yeah. Dave says don't wear a red shirt during your run, Roscoe.
That's good advice. Or will I go faster because you'll just be running away from things trying to kill me?
From
That's
it.
entirely possible.
Yo, look, the floods are no joke. I mean, it's nothing funny about it. I did see videos of the spiders fleeing the floods in Australia.
What?
Sweet Jesus.
No
I
one
have
ever
never
show
seen
me.
Yeah.
such
No one
a
ever
thing.
show me that video. I'll have nightmares the rest of my life.
Oh, it's just you look. There's amazing photos of like you think it's a beautiful misty morning. The sun is rising up over the landscape, and you think it's fog. You think it's mist. It's not. It's spider webs crisscrossing the entire landscape. So trees, bushes, all engulfed in these little spider webs, thick spider
What
webs.
is
And you
it
go,
about?
you know what? I'm out. I'm out.
What is
Nah.
it about Australia and spiders, man? Like, is that I don't like. Here's the thing. My only confusion is that I don't see those kind of videos from like Thailand, or South America. It just seems to only happen in Australia. The spider thing.
Because they're stranded there? Because it's a big island? I mean...
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
they got nowhere else to go. They're locked in on the island, so there's a lot of space, and there's a lot of holes that they dig down into, and then the floods happen, and they go, our hole is full of water. I need to get out and build some more webs. So they do.
It's not. It was no. The videos that I saw were unholy. They were just. They were. I've never. Yeah, it's bad, Kat. It was bad. I don't like
I don't
bugs.
need to know anymore. I'm just now envisioning
Yeah,
tidal
it's
wave
just-
of
yeah.
spiders.
It really was a tidal wave of spiders. It was some dude in a marsh walking,
Worst
and
nightmare.
what one thought was just brown leaves or brown foliage was just spiders clumped together on the surface of the water.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
And
just
this dude,
It's just a bundle of spiders.
No.
and it's just
fine.
some dude waiting in it, and with his, with his ankle high boots, his ankle high rain boots, and I'm thinking to myself, those boots are not high enough. Look, okay, so coming up here in Jersey and Princeton, this general central to northeast area, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, parts of Connecticut, Long Island, parts of Maryland, is the Brood X cicada.
Oh,
resurgence.
I read that.
Okay.
So
Cicadas are crazy.
now, okay, I was here. I was in Princeton. I was in college, not at the university. I was at Westminster Choir College. The 17 years ago when it happened. Now, I have a very terrible fear of insects. Some of you who have been longtime listeners of the show may remember that one time that a centipede fell from the ceiling on my desk during a live show, and I freaked the frack out. That was when it was Cookie.
I
and
shouldn't
Jace.
laugh.
It was
I
Cookie and
will, but I shouldn't.
So 17 years ago, have I told the story already to you guys?
I've heard of this story.
Did I
but,
say it live on
uh,
air already? Have we talked about this on air? I don't remember.
I'm not sure, but I know. I'm like, yeah, I was around for that last one too. But
It's
not in
fine.
your
It's fine.
area.
Tell me where the bad bug
So-
touched you.
So look, man, it was. I had no idea. People were talking about it. Oh, the cicadas are coming, Bob, and I had no idea. But like Bob Dylan's "Locust," that song, something something locust, is about the cicadas in Princeton. He was giving the commencement speech that year that the cicada, that was a Brood X cicada thing, and he ended up writing a song about it. So anyway, the first time it happened to me, the last time was 17 years ago. I was in college. It was summer break. I was living on campus, and I woke up to go to work to open the coffee shop that I worked at one morning after a terrible thunderstorm. Look, guys, I know this is a Star Trek podcast. We'll get to Star Trek shortly. But actually, no, this is Star Trek related. It's Star Trek Online related. I'll get to that in a second. So here's what happened. I wake up and I have my headphones on. I'm 18-year-old kid going off to work. And all of a sudden, I start to feel under my feet crunch, 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 crunch. And I look down like out of a scene from a film. No joke. It was like if there was a camera with me, it would have panned to my face, and then as I looked down, it would have panned down to the floor. The entire sidewalk, the entire road, the front lawns that I was walking along were covered in cicada babies. Okay, so first they crawl out after a thunderstorm, after like the first big summer thunderstorm. They all crawl out, right? They all come out and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna morph." So, but they crawl out and then they cover the sidewalk and the roads where you can't walk without killing them. You can't walk without stepping on them. It's apocalyptic. So they crawl out and then they crawl up. They have to crawl up something where they then morph into this actual flying cicada. Now, they're not deadly. They don't bite. They're just stupid. They're stupid bugs. And what ends up happening is that you have this swarm of stupid bugs flying into people, flying into bicyclists that get into there have been car accidents caused by cicadas. I mean, it is no joke. And then the sound is deafening. It's just so loud. And that was like 3 or 4 weeks of that. And then they all die. They have sex. They die. And then it starts to smell because you have billions of these cicadas just dying, just dead, decomposing in the streets.
Oh yeah.
So it's coming up this summer. So I went on Amazon. I don't think I have to go on campus. I think by the time the cicadas are scheduled or like estimated to come out, it'll be the end of May and classes will be done. So I don't think I have to go on campus. But I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I wish that I could say to you, there's that Latino, he's just exaggerating, being dramatic. No. No, it is bad. It is bad. So I got a little like it's like what they look like fisherman hats. I got it, but it's got a net attachment that covers you down, right? It covers under you. And then I also got a very lightweight.
So a beekeeper's hat.
Yeah, like a
You got a
beekeeper's hat. I
beekeeper's
got a
hat.
beekeeper's hat, and then a long sleeve, light, very light. It's like designed just to block UV light. Like it's just designed to help you not burn in the sun. Because they don't care. They'll bump into you, then they'll latch on, they'll hold on to you until you shake them off. Yeah. They are. It's horrible. It's horrible. So how does this tie into Star Trek? Well, my friends, according to Al Rivera,
In the chat, Dr. Robert says Barkley
Yes.
was a spider, so it's on topic.
well, Barkley was a spider once, but according to Al Rivera, the Herc, right? It's the Herc. Yeah, the Herc in Star Trek Online were loosely based off of this cicada brood. This cicada brooding thing that happens every 17 years. It's bad. I'm not leaving the house. I'm not. I was 17. I had to go to work. I had to leave the house. I took cabs to work. No joke.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I always freak out when you come across the husk of a cicada on the trees or wherever.
Jamal, do you do you get them in the city too? Is it that bad in the city as well? I'm curious because I don't remember them growing up. Not that I would remember them at 1 or 2 years old, but I don't, I lived in West New York, which was right across the river from Manhattan. And I don't even remember my family talking about it. I'm just curious, like, does New York City get them? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's bad. It's the Herc.
It's supposed to go over towards Chicago too. I mean, I think the cities. We didn't have. I haven't been in Texas for one of these, but the college I went to had cricket migration every year, so the crickets did the same thing. But yeah.
But that's where the Herc come from. The Herc
Now
are
we
inspired
all
by
have
cicada.
the ick.
Now you all have the ick. But I tied it back. I tied it into Star Trek. Now the Herc are loosely based off of cicadas.
Bringing it all back. Circle.
Yo,
Circle
and I
back
would go to work. I used to
to
work
Star
at a
Trek.
little coffee shop in Princeton, and some of these kids would come in them with a jar in the coffee shop, and it was a coffee ice cream shop. So the kids would come in, their parents and their kids would be like, "Look at what I got! I'm holding one in my hand," and I'd scream, "Get the out of the store now!" I didn't care. I want to put it on my ice cream because kids would eat them. Like it's just the delicate. Oh, bleh.
Why? No.
Cicadas.
Come on.
No.
They're safe to eat. They're safe to eat, but like you have to
Oh,
prepare
well. Oh, that's fine then. Put it on your ice cream. Jeez. Louise. Come on, people.
them. Sprinkle some Herc on your next
See-
blood
delicious
wine ice
Herc.
cream.
Mm.
All right.
Hey, should we record a podcast?
I think we should record a podcast.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna hit the record here. and,
Jay English, yes, Klingons became warriors because they were afraid of bugs.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Inspired a
mean-
civilization. Why not?
That's why you invent the bat'leth. That's what it does.
All right.
Stabbing.
We'll start off with intro in who did the Roscoe, why don't you do the cold open here? So intro in 3, 2.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. This week on episode 502 of Priority 1, we trek out what Viacom CBS has planned for First
Give me more
Contact
excitement.
Day
It's the
on April
first thing
5th.
people listen to. Give me some more excitement.
More excitement? It's not
Oh,
possible.
it's the movie lines, the the
Now,
preview.
coming to a cinema near you. This week on episode 502 of Priority 1, we trek out what Viacom CBS has planned for First Contact Day on April 5th, how the Voyager documentary is off to a great start, and what some cities are doing to honour Leonard Nimoy. In gaming, Star Trek Online has a bunch of ships it wants you to buy, while some devs showcase their works in progress on Twitter. Plus, learn to play Tongo.
Hello, captains.
How's that
You're
excitement
listening.
for you?
What? That was good excitement. I like
How's that excitement for you? Isn't
That was good.
That's on
Great.
that's on the level. Great. I'll shut up now.
Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 502 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. This episode was recorded on Tuesday, March 30th, and available for download or streaming on Friday, April 2nd at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Roscoe. And we want to welcome new listeners.
Oh,
What?
perfect.
Are we
Yeah.
bantering?
No, we don't have to banter.
Oh, we can banter?
Yeah,
I'm all
we
about-
did our bantering
Sorry,
in the beginning
banter
of the
was
show.
unscripted. I was just
I
rolling on.
I think we had insect talk.
We had insect talk during the
Insect banter?
You see, everybody who downloads the show on Friday doesn't get the insect banter, guys. For those of you watching right now in the live stream, you don't get insect banter if you watch the live. If you just listen to the show on Fridays.
Lucky you.
All right. Well, I'll just roll on for the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm Roscoe. And we want to welcome new listeners to the show and hope you'll stay in touch. You see, we're a podcast produced by the community, a community of Star Trek fans. So it's important that we also hear your opinions. Be sure to follow us on places like Twitter and Facebook, where we post weekly community questions, special announcements, and more. Just search for Priority One Podcast on your favorite app and you'll find us. Or you can email us. Reach out at incoming@priorityonepodcast.com.
As Roscoe said, this is a community podcast produced by a team of volunteers that dedicate their time and talents each and every week. From audio editors to writers to us, the hosts, we come together each week because we're passionate about the Star Trek multiverse. And like any passion project, it's hard to keep things running at no cost. So if you find value in this production and want to help us continue to grow, check us out at our Patreon page. There you can become a patron for as little, There you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. We understand that financial contributions might be kind of tough right now.
Did you say the butt?
Which is why you didn't say
Okay.
butt.
I didn't hear the
No
butt.
butt there.
Yeah.
I got no.
Could you insert a butt, please?
Could you insert a butt in here, please?
All right, hold please. But we understand that financial contributions might be tough right now.
Which is why, like a community theatre group, we're always looking for volunteers, like ourselves, to help make the show better. So if you've wanted to be a part of a podcast community like ours, reach out to us. From audio or video editors to artists to hosting.
That's right. Just because Roscoe has taken over for Tony doesn't... That's right. Just because Roscoe has taken over for Tony doesn't mean that we're still not looking for an additional voice to be a part of the weekly conversation. So, if you've got a lot to say about Star Trek, we encourage you to visit our website, PriorityOnePodcast.com, and click on the Join the Team link at the top. There, you'll find a description of available positions to you. There, you'll find a description of all our available positions that we're hoping to fill, including the host spot. And if you're a member of the BIPOC and or LGBTQ community, we hope that you'll seriously consider applying. Captains, our panel of hosts are quite pale. And although I may be the closest thing to a minority as a light-skinned Latino, it's important that we make every effort to represent several corners of the Star Trek community. So remember, our site is PriorityOnePodcast.com.
Now let's find out what happened. Oh, this is all different. Now let's find out what's been happening in the Star Trek multiverse.
Cool. All right. That ended at 5:53. Please. The good, the bad, and the funny. Bug banter bonus, baby, as Jamal says.
Spiders and cicadas, oh my.
All right, check it out.
All right. Trek it arts. Trek it out.
Thanks.
Trek it out.
What?
Starting at 6:30.
Check it out and Frey.
Trek it out
One.
at 6:30. 3, 2.
April 5th, 2000.
Numbers are what get him.
Numbers! April 5th, 2063. Built from the remains of old nuclear missiles. Zephram Cochrane boards his faster-than-light ship named the Phoenix and ushers in a new era of space exploration for all humankind.
Insert audio
Insert clip here.
What audio clip is that?
Oh, it's a part of the christening of the Enterprise from Enterprise.
Nice.
That or just Zephram Cochrane going, "Sweet Jesus!" Either or is fine. Either is fine. But of course, this is nothing more than a fiction date set.
Ah, shit. I meant
But of
fictional.
course, fictional. But of course, this is nothing more than a fictional date set in our Star Trek multiverse. That's okay though. There's no reason why we shouldn't celebrate it, and celebrate it we shall. StarTrek.com has announced that on Monday, April 5th, Paramount Plus will host a virtual celebration honouring and commemorating the date with exclusive panels with cast and creatives, announcements, episode marathons, and the return of the hashtag Star Trek United Gives initiative. Panels featuring guest appearances by several notable and fan favourite Star Trek personalities will start at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So mark your calendars because this is not an event you're going to want to miss. Links to the announcement and the list of events planned for the day can be found at startrek.com/first contact, and we'll, of course, have it in our show notes.
So there's the hashtag Star Trek United Gives is not the first time that they've done this. The last time they did it was actually in September 2020. They haven't announced which organizations this version of the initiative is going to give to, but it's still great. I mean, that's fantastic. I think they raised several million the last time, I believe it was. Let me cancel that because I don't remember how much they raised. I'm going to take it from the top. So the hashtag Star Trek United Gives is not the first time that CBS, Viacom CBS has done this. The last time it did it was in September 2020. It's also not the first time that they've been doing these virtual panels, right? They got used to it last year, not just for First Contact Day, but again for Comic-Con, where they presented a pretty compelling and interesting virtual event for everyone. So it's good to see that they're bringing it back and that they are presenting several interesting panels that include, you know, Sir Patrick Stewart, Brent Spiner. You've got
Mike McMahon as well.
Right, Mike McMahon from Lower Decks. You've got You've got Mika Burton running a conversation with the creatives, creating First Contacts with Gersha Phillips and Neville Page, to name a few. She also is going to host another panel, Women in Motion. So this is going to be a fun day. So if you have the opportunity to catch it on Monday the 5th, be sure to do so.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Mika Burton is a really good host for these panels. I know she was on that one in September, and she did a really great job.
She did. She did a fantastic job. I will say this. I'm a little disappointed. So it's at the bottom of the page, but they definitely are promoting their merch shop, right? So it's got a whole bunch of First Contact Day, merch that they're trying to push. I get it, right? They want to make some money and people are going to buy it, but I feel like they could go one step further. In addition to the hashtag Star Trek United Gives, maybe the day of First Contact for the same amount of time, that same day, maybe if you buy something, the proceeds go to the organization as well. I think that would be like a nice icing to the cake.
Yeah,
Because at the moment, just by using hashtag Star Trek United Gives, Paramount Plus donates $1 to the
Right.
organisations that they're donating to. That's where it stands at the moment. So we're not being asked to donate. We're simply being asked to use that hashtag, and that will generate donations from Paramount Plus.
Right.
Okay. Right. So people can donate if they want to. Yeah, okay. If they're pushing their merch, that would be nice. If some of the merch proceeds went to these organisations as well, because otherwise, then it's just about talking about
The merch.
whatever they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's about increasing and generating chatter on social media, which
Right.
is great. You've got to do that if you're an organisation. That's what it's all about. But yeah, okay. Good luck to them.
All right then. That leads us to our first community question this week. Which panel are you looking forward to most during Star Trek's First
Actually, you know
Contact?
what? Which
What?
panel did you enjoy most?
Oh, is it post that?
Because it'll
Yeah.
be
After the
Because it'll
fact.
be next week.
yeah.
Okay. That leads us to our first community question this week. Which panel did you enjoy most during Star Trek's... Oops. Damn it. That leads us to our first community question this week. Which panel did you enjoy most during Star Trek's First Contact Day celebrations? Other than the event, how will you... Whoops. Other than watching the event, how did you celebrate that day?
The Star Trek Voyager documentary on Indiegogo has become the most funded documentary crowdfunding campaign. That's a lot of crowdfunded campaign. Camper. Give me a second here. Sorry. Okay. Well, the Star Trek Voyager documentary on Indiegogo has become the most funded documentary crowdfunding campaign of all time, slipstreaming past the 1.1 million mark this week. And the 455. And the 455 Films documentary on March 24th announced the name of the feature, To the Journey, looking back at Star Trek Voyager. On their campaign page, the production team confirmed the Delta Quadrant documentary has reached all of its... On their campaign page, the documentary team confirmed the Delta Quadrant documentary has reached all of its stretch goals, including remastering all Star Trek Voyager footage in high definition and an exclusive never-before-seen Voyager surprise. 455 Films is the production team behind other recent Star Trek-related documentaries, including What We Left Behind, looking back at Star Trek Deep Space Nine, For the Love of Spock, and Chaos on the Bridge, a look at the first few seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
The challenge with the remastering is they'll be working on all of the footage from Star Trek Voyager that will be included in the documentary. And I really hope this makes the case to Paramount Plus, to CBS, to say, we would all really love Voyager and Deep Space Nine remastered in high definition. Can we do that? Please, can we do that? That would be amazing. Look how good it looks in this documentary.
Oh, all right. So as I was reading it, I must have misinterpreted it in my brain. So they're only doing select scenes, right? They're not doing the entire series of Voyager remastered.
No, the budget on that would be astronomical.
Right.
So for this, they will use there's all the clips that they will use in the production of the documentary, and they will upscale those, remaster them in high definition, which makes perfect sense. They now have the budget to do that because of all of the stretch goals have been met. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm very excited about it. I backed this one, and I look forward to getting my Captain Janeway mug.
Cool. That's awesome. That's amazing. And I think with all the buzz that this is generating, you would think Paramount would take note and say, hey, this is something people really want to see. So get on that remastering. I want to see that. I think, yeah, it'll be good.
I like how these documentaries start, right? Because the DS9 doc, that had started filming before the Indiegogo had been announced, right? The crowdfunding had been announced, and so did this, right? They had already started filming during the cruise in early 2020, and Deep Space Nine, I remember they were filming. I want to say at as early as 2017, maybe 2018. I remember Ira Stephen Bear was walking around with camera crew interviewing people for the documentary. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. There's a hunger for these digital remastered series to come to life, right? And maybe as Star Trek continues to age better with time, like a fine wine, people are going to be more and more interested. But time and again, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know that there was a return on investment that they saw that would merit these other series getting the same treatment, right? Because it's not just a matter of AI upscaling. Like TNG, they took the originals and converted them into HD, but that's because, for all intents and purposes, TNG was filmed in a quality that lent itself to the upscale. I don't know.
The difference was TNG was filmed, literally, it was filmed on film, whereas Voyager and Deep Space Nine was not.
Oh, it
Deep
was
Space
not?
Nine, maybe. Yeah, Deep Space Nine, maybe. I'm not sure about that, but they were on digital. And that therein lies the problem, is going back to the originals doesn't necessarily mean you're drawing from a higher quality source. So because TNG was filmed on film, you're drawing from a higher quality source, and that means they can upscale it relatively easier.
Okay, so I just looked it up. They said the CGI effects were all done for video at low resolution after the 35 millimeter film transfer. So
there we
all
go.
the visual effects of the show would have to be redone. And I'm assuming that's the same for Voyager.
Yeah. Well, that leads us to our next community question this week. Did you back the Voyager documentary? What perks are you excited about getting? And do you plan on attending any of the premieres? Now, captains, remember to reply to all of these community questions in the comment section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or by replying to our community question post on social media when we publish it later this week on places like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm just going to combine these last two together
Yeah, that's
into
fine.
one thing. All right.
Wait, what last two? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay. Commemorating what would have been his 90th birthday, the city of Boston has heralded March 26 as Leonard Nimoy Day. It was also announced that a 20-foot Live Long and Prosper statue in the shape of the Vulcan salute has been commissioned and will be placed at Boston's Museum of Science. That's so cool. Anyway, Nimoy was born in Boston, and I probably should have written something else there. Maybe not even mention that
yeah,
part.
just cut that, yeah.
All right, and let me try that
Yes,
again.
he was.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me just do that over.
Yeah, take it from the top.
Commemorating what would have been his 90th birthday, the city of Boston has heralded March 26th as Leonard Nimoy Day. It was also announced that a 20-foot Live Long and Prosper statue in the shape of the Vulcan salute has been commissioned and will be placed at Boston's Museum of Science. Comments? Questions?
No, we'll deliver both of them
All right. And lastly, before we wrap up the general headlines from the Star Trek multiverse, we want to take a moment to congratulate Hanali Culpepper for winning the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Directing in a Drama Series for her work on Star Trek Picard. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Now, Captains, back in February, she wrote a guest column. Absolutely. Now, Captains, back in February, she wrote a guest column for Deadline about breaking barriers and doing the work was the title of the column itself. And in it, she talks about being the first black director and first woman director to launch a Star Trek movie or series. And there's no doubt that her take on Star Trek comes from informed knowledge about its risk. And there's no doubt that her take on Star Trek comes from informed knowledge about its rich history. So I strongly encourage that you read that article over at Deadline.
Yeah, those first couple of episodes of Picard, I think the first 2 or 3, that could have been a movie in itself. Picard getting the band together, the new band, not the old band, getting back together, but getting the new band together and venturing off. It's a really well-rounded story, those first couple of episodes of Picard, and it really set the standard quite high straight from the start, which I thoroughly enjoyed. There were some ups, there were some downs throughout the course of the first series, but I recently did a rewatch and found that it works a lot better as a series when you can binge that whole thing in a very short space of time, not waiting and agonizing over every episode, running through the story and getting the answers posed by each episode in the next episode. Worked out very well. For me, anyway.
Yeah, she did the interview on the Ready Room with Will Wheaton, and she explained like her thought processes for those first few episodes, even down to the color schemes and all of that she had planned out. It was, so detailed. You just know like she put so much thought and effort into it. It's great.
Well, Captains, that's all the news we have to trek out this week. Now, let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming. Sorry, since you had the last word, I figured.
Yep, sorry.
So that ended at 24:13, please. And we'll start Eagle Moss at 24:30.
Yep.
All right, Eagle Moss in 3, 2. Captains, before we move on to gaming news, we need to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Eagle Moss, and their Hero Collector series. You see, last week we talked about their entire Star Trek universe, but this week there's some big news, and I mean really big news. Now, those of you who aren't familiar, Eagle Moss is the company that is officially authorized to present high-quality die-cast and ABS material ships that you can display proudly wherever you showcase your Star Trek memorabilia. These ships are absolutely stunning and gorgeous with incredible detail. Now, those are small, and yeah, sure, they have some larger ships that you can purchase, like the XL series, which are just as beautiful. But now you can go even bigger.
What?
Here, you can, Kat, take it from here.
Okay. Oh, are we sticking with the way this is split up?
For the most part.
All right. Which part are you at? The now part?
Right here. That's right.
Okay.
I hear jingles.
Yeah, somebody's walking around. But did you read the Ultimate?
No, but you're about to say it again, pretty much. So
Okay.
that's okay.
All right. That's right. Officially authorized by CBS Studios, this is an incredibly detailed
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see.
like,
I see.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, we need to
That's
build up.
right.
Why don't you say the announcement and then I'll skip
Yeah.
that next part because you kind of already said that, and then I'll start it. So easy to build.
Okay. Now you can actually build the USS Enterprise NCC 1701D.
What? That's amazing. You say build, but it's not really build because the parts are pre-painted. The decals are already there. You just clip or screw the bits together. You don't need glue. Oh, you don't need glue or tools, other than maybe a screwdriver. So this works for me because I don't want to be building a model because I don't have the patience. But if it all just fits together and you just have to, clip the parts, I can handle that. And oh my God, an Enterprise D. I want that.
Wrap it up.
So
with
there were
those-
3
how-
models.
Wrap it up with how large it's gonna be.
Oh, okay. Forgot that. So once you get it all put together, your Enterprise D will span 27.5 inches in length and 19.6 inches wide. That is so cool. How big is that? Like, yay big?
That is huge.
Over 2 feet.
Oh, man. Awesome.
What's that in metric?
I
For the
don't know.
rest of the world?
Not metric.
I'm like, woo, I don't know.
Oh, dear. There were 3 models that were used during the filming of the series. The model of this die-cast replica has been designed so that the saucer and the star drive section can separate. It has working lights. The exterior has all the details you would expect. Phaser strips, transport emitters, torpedo bays in the right places, even the captain's yacht as well. There is literally nothing else like it available right now, and it's available only from Eagle Moss Hero Collector. There is a special introductory price of only $4.95 for your first 2 model kits with a step-by-step assembly magazine plus free shipping when you go to priorityonepodcast.com/1701D. You can also go to herocollector.com.
No.
No. Cool. Just go to our website. It's great.
You want to finish it with this?
Then, approximately every other month, you'll receive 4 new model kits delivered directly to your door for only $12.90 and $2.45 shipping per kit.
All right, we're gonna skip this part, and I'll jump in. So, captains, if you're already familiar with Eagle Moss, they did this already once before with the DeLorean from Back to the Future. It is, in fact, they send you pieces of the model that you then piece together, right? And like Kat said, no glue, no nothing. Maybe a screwdriver, and that's all you need. And it already has the lights and decals and paint jobs already done, right? So if you ever thought about getting into model making, but maybe didn't have the space, maybe didn't have, a desk where you can, use glue and whatnot, this might be an option for you. You do need over 2 feet of space to display it because it's going to be massive. But imagine having this incredible. These Eagle Moss ships could be used in cinematics. I mean, they're just so well detailed that I can't imagine what 2 feet of an Eagle Moss ship is going to look like. I mean, it reminds me of the pictures that you've seen in the making of Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? With Michael Kuda and Doug Drexler behind the scenes holding the model up. Like, this is what I picture with this Eagle Moss ship. So You get the pieces every month. It starts at $4.95 for your 2 model kits. Check it out. Again, that website is priority1podcast.com/1701D, 1701D. And that'll take you directly to the page where you can get an exclusive offer for being a Priority One listener. So, again, we thank Eagle Moss for their ongoing support of Priority One. Be sure to check them out. Kat, while we're on here, can you read this part, please?
So I can't see what you're pointing to.
At the bottom where it says Roscoe pre-roll, but instead of Roscoe, I'm going to have you read it. This episode of Priority One is sponsored by Eagle Moss.
Oh, okay. This episode of Priority One is sponsored by Eagle Moss Hero Collector, who invite you to build the USS Enterprise NCC 1701D. Officially authorized by CBS Studios, this is an incredibly detailed die-cast metal replica of the legendary Star Trek. Officially authorized by CBS Studios, this is an incredibly detailed die-cast metal replica of the legendary Star Trek starship that you actually build yourself. Subscribe today for only $4.95 plus your first 2 model kits with a step-by-step assembly magazine plus free shipping when you go to, is that the right website?
Yeah.
Can
When
you
you
go
go
again
to-
from subscribe today? Because you said for only $4.95 plus your first 2 model kits, it's $4.95 for your first.
Okay. Subscribe today for only $4.95 for your first 2 model kits with a step-by-step assembly magazine plus free shipping when you go to herocollector.com/Star Trek Buildup /priority #1.
No. I'm sorry. Did you
Yeah,
read this
that's
one
like-
already?
Which one?
Is it not? It's this one. I
It's-
thought this one is crossed out. Is this not crossed out on your guys' sheet?
No,
Yep.
because it's not. Hold on, I have a Word document. Are you in a Google Doc that you converted it to?
I'm in a Google Doc. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I see where you added it. It's weird the link that it's linking to.
Do it from. Take it back from subscribe today, please.
Subscribe today for only $4.95 for your first 2 model kits with a step-by-step assembly magazine plus free shipping when you go to priority1podcast.com/1701D.
All right. That ended at 3708.
Okay,
I'm sorry, 3408.
I need a moment to take this dog outside.
Okay.
What are we doing? Gaming next?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Gaming
I will-
next.
Sorry, be right back because Mr. Man's being
No
a pain in
problem.
the butt.
Thank you, Jamal, in the chat. 68.58 centimeters if you're playing along at home.
What was
That's
that?
a big ship.
That's a huge ship.
All right. Okay.
So you
Bit
and
of
I
a
have to make a
stretch.
radio. You and I have to make a radio, Lushes.
Making good radio.
In the meantime, I'm going to make this URL redirect here, so
Okay.
that it works.
So I do not have any Eagle Moss ships at the moment. Elio,
Really?
what can you
That's-
recommend? What do you have?
Oh.
What do you love?
Oh,
Where do
man.
we
All right.
start?
So
I'm thinking of, I was genuinely thinking about the Baran because I thoroughly enjoy the Baran. I'm not usually one for a 4-nacelled ship, but it just looks so good.
Yeah, the Baran's a good one. The Baran's a gorgeous ship as an Eagle Moss ship. I have the USS Aaron Eisenberg, which is the Fleet Chimera. That's another nice one. I've got the XL of the Connie of the Constitution class, the original TOS. What that's a nice one. I also have the Excel of the Sovereign, and that's another beautiful one. That one's sleek. Of all, I think my favorite one that I have is the Sovereign, is the Excel Sovereign. But they just, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't held it in my hands yet. But they just released the Avenger. It's one of the smaller models, but the Avenger's out. They have it released. So there's that. You can get that one.
Okay. Lots of options there.
Did you see them on
Yeah,
display at Vegas when you were there that year?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
I
Okay,
did.
okay.
I would have loved to have purchased that several actually because they were amazing, but got to manage the weight. Got
Yeah,
to
right.
manage
Yeah,
the weight
I can
in
imagine that.
in the luggage to bring home, and it was all my bag was already full with a stack of about that many comics. There was a
Oh,
lot.
you walked away with comics, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a challenge. There was stuff that I actually left behind, like clothing, where I'm like, nah, I'm not moving
You,
on. Just
you
gonna
left
move on.
clothing
I'm
behind for real?
no, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny.
Priorities, man. Priorities.
All right, the redirect should now
Uh,
work. The redirect should now work. So you should be able to go to priority1podcast.com/1701D, and that should work for everyone
there we go. The link is in the chat
in the chat now.
if you would like to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's sexy ships. I have a little tiny Avenger. Avenger, not
Oh,
Avenger,
don't be like that. It's what
not
you do with
Avenger.
it.
What's the Yeah, is it no Vesta? I have a tiny Vesta. The Sovereign. The Sovereign is just my favorite. I just love the Sovereign. I love the Sovereign.
Mm-hmm. You do like it. You are a big fan of the Sovereign.
I am. I think of yeah. I love the Sovereign, and I also love the Fleet Advanced Escort. I do love my favorite four nacelle ship is the Advanced Escort. I'm not a big fan of the other four. The Baran is the closest one, and actually, I don't think it's the Baran. It's the Cardenas that I like. The one that Hector
2409 version?
Ortiz updated. Yeah. I think I like it. I like it when the ship is a little more kind of arrowhead, a little more kind of like it's going somewhere, like it's making it's consciously splitting the air, even though it's space. I just kind of like that. I like that look.
Mm-hmm.
If the Cardenas was just a little more narrow at the tip, then I probably would enjoy it more.
Jason Smith in the chat has just asked me a deeply personal question. Roscoe, what color do you want your avatar uniform to be?
Oh, that's important.
I know.
What you gonna say? I don't know.
Gee, that's hard. Jason. Okay. Well,
You can think about it.
well, I'm thinking that I should probably, since I came over from editing to hosting, then it should be engineering gold.
Oh.
And then it balances out the trio, if you will.
All right.
Gold.
Right.
There you go.
Jason?
Engineering
Gold. Thank you,
All
Jason.
right. Shall we jump into
Not mustard. Not mustard.
Not mustard.
Fuck that shit.
Whoa, wait, no.
Okay. Serious. Very serious.
Roscoe has serious feelings about that mustard.
Gold.
All right, shall we do gaming?
Yes.
Let's.
All right, gaming starts at 4030, please. 4030. And we'll start that in 3, 2.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the final frontier. Klingons! Yes,
Hey,
the
Gabe,
year of
go
the
ahead.
Klingon.
Go ahead and scream it into the microphone. It's not. You can actually hear that you're stepping away.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, that's habit. That's habit.
That's all right.
That's radio stage effects, as it were.
Found it's
Yeah.
very Shatner-y, though.
Thanks. That's all I got. That's all I got for Shatner. Let's try that again.
All you have to do is the Klingons.
Oh, okay. Klingons! Yes, the year of Klingon is supposedly over, but like sketchy, all you can eat guk, they just keep coming back up. Now the KDF's getting the same legendary captain bundle treatment the Romulans and Discovery Feds have enjoyed, boosts and all. Most of it looks the same down to the 1200 Zen price tag and temporary 50%
12
discount.
It's not-
However,
Wait, no.
Thousands
What?
in. Yeah.
1200,
12,000?
12,000.
Is it
My
12,000 or is it?
apologies.
All right, it's 12,000.
12,000 in.
It's 12,000. That is just probably wishful thinking on my behalf.
Wishful, yeah. That is the second number you've screwed up today, so I think it's a numbers thing.
Look, commas are
yeah,
your
okay.
friend. That's all.
Commas are my friend. Also, you can bite me. Thank you very much. All right. 12,000. Now the KDF's getting the same legendary captain bundle treatment the Romulans and Discovery Feds have enjoyed, boosts and all. Most of it looks the same, down to the 12,000 Zen price tag and temporary 50% discount. However, buried in the contents list is the never-before-released Stasis Field Projector. This universal console can, quote, severely debilitate up to 3 nearby targets with the press of just one button, end quote.
Now, if you are a patron, then you joined us on our adventure through the animated series. And one of the powers in this bundle is the Stasis Field Projector, which is a nice deep cut canon reference to More Tribbles, More Troubles over that episode of the animated series.
Yeah, I saw that. I was surprised because we just watched those episodes. And I love in the animated series that the
That's a deep
Romulan
cut.
ships are D7s. That's so good. Yeah.
Wait, is this picture from the animated series, or are they making this ship look like this in the game?
No, that's from the animated
Oh,
series.
okay, all right. I
Panda
wasn't
was
sure if they were changing their animation and Star Trek
copying,
Online just for this.
pasting for fun.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will
don't
we
have
ever see a Romulan version of the D7?
Oh, I hope so. That would
I
be
wonder.
amazing.
In Snow?
I mean,
can
it's
move on
the
to-
same one, right? It shouldn't be that hard. Anyway. Until now, getting a Tier 6 D7 required either RN Jesus's blessings or 10 figures on the exchange. Worry no more, warriors. For only 6,000 to 12,000 Zen, the KDF Captain Bundle also includes the legendary D7 Battle Cruiser. It includes the ominous device and the Oh, I knew I was going to mess that up. It includes the ominous device and the magnetometric generator. If you've been waiting for this ship, you probably already have those two consoles. But what is new is the Shall We Not Revenge legendary ship trait. When this trait is slotted, quote, activating any hull healing bridge officer ability or intelligence bridge officer ability will cause you to begin reflecting incoming damage from energy weapons back at your attackers as disruptor. Dang it. Quote, activating any hull healing bridge officer ability or intelligence bridge officer ability will cause you to begin reflecting incoming damage from energy weapons back at your attackers as disruptor damage. While this reflect mode is active, additional activations of this trait will increase the percentage of reflected damage instead of extending its duration, end quote. Finally, the legendary D7 includes the Gorkon Kronos 1 skin. Let me do that again. Finally, the legendary D7 includes the Gorkon's Kronos 1 skin. Dang. All right. Finally, the legendary D7 includes the Gorkon's Kronos 1 skin seen in the Undiscovered Country, pink blood spatter not included.
How much is 6,000 Zen?
$60 generally.
60. All right. So, all right. So this is gonna cost a player $60, right? And you get
On sale. That's
sale.
the sale price.
Right, that's the
yeah,
sale.
the introductory sale price. So once you don't get it during the introductory price, it's generally much more expensive.
Right, right. So without the sale bonus, it's gonna be over $100. It'll be double that,
Yeah.
right?
$128, yes.
So, all right, let's break it down a little bit, right? So first up, we've got the level boost. So the level boost comes with a caveat, right? The caveat is you have to already have a character at level 65, right? It's not like you can jump into Star Trek Online, buy this, and then boom, level 65. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it's for
like
alts. It's like, okay, I made an alt and I don't want to mess with it. It's just going to get to 65 because I just want to focus on end game.
that might be true, but what about a new player that may not want to like go on that journey, right? What doesn't want to wants to just be able to jump in and start playing with their friends, right? So I wonder
Yeah.
like this could have been a good opportunity to let players just max level to 65 and join their friends for a $60 price tag, right? In addition to all these other bonuses and boosts, right? The stasis field, you get 1 million energy credits, 1 million expertise, a bunch of reputation dilithium vouchers, inventory, bank slots, bridge officers. You get a bunch of stuff that are quality of life related things, sure. But jumping to level 65 is no small thing. So I can see why they would gate that or limit that to people who already have a character at 65, but I almost feel like it's a missed opportunity, right? For a new player to come in and say, oh, well, you know what? Fine. I don't really need to play Katie. You know what? Fine. I don't really need to play Federation. I'll create a Klingon character and boom, 65.
I think a lot of players will get this for the Starship trait. Because it's a legendary Starship trait for starters. So once you unlock it, it is available to all of your characters on your account.
You're talking about the D7
reflecting it back as this. Yeah, the legendary D7 Starship trait. I think that will be something that players purchase mostly for the legendary trait, because then they can use that on other characters as well if they have disruptor builds.
Yeah, but back to your point about level 65, but like the point is, if you make a character, you do need to actually level them up and go through the hard way, quote, quote, because you learn how to play the game while you're doing that. So, I mean, I think like Joseph Howard said in chat, I would pay $60 for a D7 any day. And, the extra bits, yeah, they're good, but that's not why I'm buying this pack. I wish some of the other legendary packs had this option. I know it's 120 or 12,000 Zen normal price, but $60 sale price. I mean, I can't wait for this ship. I'm super,
well,
I love a D7.
It's just one ship in this bundle though, right? So $60 seems reasonable at the that's what ships used to sell for, right? When they were just selling them ships one by one, it was anywhere between $40 and $60, right?
Well, most are 3,000 Zens, but this is like I mean, you tack legendary onto it, of course, you can get a bump in price.
But this bundle only has the D7. It's only one ship and then a bunch of cosmetic variants in it, right?
Yes.
So,
not the Discovery variant skin, though. That's actually not included in this, which is kind of disappointing, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to make a new player.
Looks good.
Yeah, I don't want to make a new player, so I don't really care about the level gain. So that's probably going to be wasted on me. But for some people, that might be appealing if you had a Fed character at 65 and you wanted to, make a Klingon and not mess with all that stuff and just go to 65 level. That might come in handy.
Or you may have a Klingon recruit that you started and haven't done much with apart from
Oh.
just going through the first few missions, getting out of the holodeck, becoming a Klingon recruit, and that's all you've really done. So once you've gone past the tutorial, you may have just abandoned that, and it could be down at the very bottom of your list. So this could be something to boost up that player and make it a little bit more exciting as a new alt on your account.
Well, while we're on the topic of ships, a complete from
Stem bolts. Like one word.
Stem
from
bolts.
the stem bolts on up.
On up. Yeah.
Well, while we're on the topic of ships, a complete from the stem bolts on up rework of the Andromeda class exploration cruiser is coming to Star Trek Online sometime soon. TM. Our source, Thomas Maroney, lead ship UI artist and friend of the show himself. Go check out his Twitter page at Thomas the Cat and find the in-progress screenshots in his... Go to his Twitter page at Thomas the Cat and find in-progress screenshots, and you'll be able to follow him for his next Twitch stream for the new model. Also... yeah, go ahead, Kat. Jump in on this one.
Oh. Speaking of reworks and Twitter posts, Star Trek Online's environment artist Nick Duguid is also working on some new hotness. It looks like they're updating some Federation interiors to oh. I can't read. Hold on.
Is that a numbers thing?
No. Well, maybe. I
Just me.
have issues with the numbers too. It looks like they're updating some Federation interiors to reflect the 2410s. And Nick shared a few works in progress of Federation hallways, taking advantage of that amazing lighting 2.0 they introduced a few years ago.
Yeah, if you guys didn't take a look at those work in progress hallway shots, I've never been more impressed by in-game hallways. Like those they look like a set. They look like a movie
Yeah.
set. They're really good.
Nick Duguid, you got mad skills.
Mad skills,
it's
y'all.
Awesome.
I do like the update to the racing stripes on the Andromeda class. I have this on a couple of my builds, and it's very nice once I can get the turn rate up to a level I'm acceptable with, because I don't like flying a planet. But otherwise, very much enjoy this. It's a very nice starship. There's something about the Dreadnought version as well that I like too. That's very good. Is it the Yamato with the 3 nacelles?
Oh, yeah.
That looks great. Yeah. So will they do a remodel on that? I wonder. I hope. Bring it all up to spec.
All right, Roscoe, you got this next one.
Oh, I got this next one. Okay. Can do. The Ferengi game of Tongo isn't unique to Star Trek Online, having been around ever since Bashir had a change of heart. However, the poker, craps, mahjong love child is a central framing device for one of the game's best missions. Therefore, it's worth trekking out certifiably in-game's 8-minute YouTube clip explaining how to play the baffling capitalistic game, or a best guess of it, since even Deep Space Nine's human writers didn't know what was happening at that table.
I gotta go watch this because I always wondered how the heck you played Tongo. I'm like, I have no idea how this works. If it's anything like Monopoly, I'm so bad at that. So I probably would be a terrible Tongo player.
Yeah, the video's
Yeah.
a little dry. It's kind of hard to get through, but it's an interesting dive into a fictional game that played a role in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, it's like Monopoly, but with a spinning wheel and more teeth.
It's like Roulette Monopoly.
Man. I'll go ahead
Yeah,
and keep that, please.
I would be terrible at that game. All right, where are we? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now let's open hailing frequencies and see what's incoming.
All right, that ended. Gaming news ended at 56:38.
Oh, there's dice in Tonk. That's right. It's like Yahtzee, roulette, Monopoly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jason Smith, thank you for that pic of the avatar. I don't have a goatee. I have a beard. I have a full beard, full luxurious beard. Unlike Elio, who has a goatee.
I can't. Look, I tried. I don't know if you guys noticed for a few weeks.
What do you mean you tried?
I'm patchy. So I can't grow a full thick beard. But I was able to. I don't know if you guys noticed a few weeks ago. I was growing this like a connect. Like just this line here, like a Thomas Riker kind of look. Even that was just was not working out for me, and I was like, nah.
I'm growing mine.
Is
out
that so
too.
you could, as Thomas Riker, take it off and just go?
I couldn't take it off.
Reveal, it's me.
So is that other Riker? Oh yeah.
I'm not Will at all.
Not at all.
All right.
All right. Give me a second here.
From gaming news to feedback.
Joey, are you on Twitter? Are we following each other on Twitter? Can you send me a message on Twitter? It's about your email from last week. From this time last week.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm emailing you right now.
Please hold.
Please hold. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wow, emailing happens. I'm sorry, I just had a flashback to spiders and I got the ick again.